Alright.
Okay guys, what is happening y'all? It's Aram Rex here, and we are back on the channel, and this is the first video of the Isle. So I've got a special guest here with me, Aram Papazyan, and he's also known as Aram Rex, which you will find in the box's description below, because he is an artist and I think you would enjoy his work. Now, just to give you a quick heads up that mostly this video will be about discussing the game and just aspects of it, so there may be chance that it will take quite a while before something eventful happens. So this is sandbox, which means everybody gets to do whatever, which is pretty much what we are after at this point, because we don't want to worry too much about any rules or anything like that. And we just want to have a little bit of fun, and hopefully when we find each other we will be able to do some other lovely jubbly stuff. So sorry to keep so long. Aram, how are you today?
Yeah, no worries, man. Yeah, I'm very good. Thanks very much. Happy to be on the channel and very pleased.
Goody goody. So do you have any idea where you're at?
So, I'm trying to, well, I'm still trying to find you, and I've got a broken leg actually. I'm gonna, it's gonna heal pretty soon, so I'll, hopefully I'll find you, and the moonlight's appearing now. The bright night vision moonlight. So, yeah, hopefully I'll find you soon.
Sure.
I'm running around in the mountains to see, you know, get a better sense of scale, and also just see generally where I'm at. Okay,
I'm the same
I'm all
as well.
good.
I'm trying to find like the exact position of, you know, where I'm at, because this looks like some kind of stone circle, but I don't know. There are a couple stone circles, and I don't actually have a clue whether this is also like, you know, one of the big stone circle, or what is it, or is it something else completely? I just have zero clues at this point. And also, it looks like the moonlight's coming up, so this is probably a good idea to start discussing some technical aspects of the game. Now, my main point is that I absolutely adore and enjoy the content as it is, in sense that it's just so awesome. You know, it's just so fun to... I mean, okay, let me be honest. It's this kind of game that technically doesn't have a purpose, at least not yet, because it's obviously still a work in progress. But it's a lot of fun to spend time and actually just have a laugh. Because this game really gives you this opportunity to just enjoy and just basically do lots of things for the lols. However... Now, night vision is something I wanted to bring up first, and as you can see, despite the fact that I've brought down the shadow quality to the lowest, I still don't understand why I'm getting such a bright light in the moonlight, and also it's flickering, and when I get into the shadows, it's pitch black, literally like so I cannot see where the heck am I actually going, and what's happening
me
here.
too, and I just broke a leg because of it.
Well, exactly my point, and there's an... What is it?
Oh man.
It looks like it's a baryonyx. Yeah, it could well be a baryonyx.
Yeah,
So,
this is something that needs to be addressed as well. But well, we can only wait. I think they will. I think the developers of this game are people who would, you know, like to listen to the opinions of the community, because, you know, I think that's one of the factors that has, you know, guided the development of this game as well. So hopefully they do address this, because, you know, even in night vision, you know, it shouldn't be, you know, this pitch black.
yeah, precisely.
Yeah. And not life threatening, let me add.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like this kind of bright light, it's potentially, by the way, if anybody here is too sensitive, please turn down the settings of the screen, just to make sure that you don't cringe, you know, with all this amount of craziness going on. Let me just work out actually where I'm at. It looks like it's some kind of small stone circle, which is right here, and I'm just having a map in front of me. So where are you at? Are you at the spawn lake or no?
No, I'm actually trying to figure out where I am on the map, and since it is completely pitch black for me right now, I won't be able to say at this moment. But hopefully, when I do heal and get out to the light, then I'll be able to determine where I am exactly.
I'm gonna try to see if I can find Cannonball. I wanna see what's happening there, because usually Cannonball is a place to chill. And we've had a nice experience with Cannonball yesterday. And of course, those of you who know the map of this region will already start spamming this comment section saying you're going the wrong direction, mate. So I understand, that's fine, keep them coming. But let me just hopefully see if I'm actually headed in the right place. Because this is one other issue. So aside from this night vision problem that I see, which is clearly here, I was hoping that they would introduce a mini-map that would at least allow you to see the closest proximity of the map to understand where you are, and also to be able to show you the direction of your group members, so that all other players are not marked, but your own team members can get marked on the map, so you know where you're going to find them.
Yeah.
This is what I was hoping they would eventually do.
Yeah, me too. I think it'd be so much better to spot, your friend or your group member from no matter how far he is. Distance shouldn't be a factor here, and it could make the whole experience so much more fun and much easier. Of course, when I say easier, I don't mean that, the game has to be a piece of cake and you just, because, you'd get bored that way. But, in terms of, finding and forming groups, especially with raptors, which is a whole lot of fun. It's something I adore here. Just forming packs and running around and just, killing things. Being a raptor like that is just, awesomeness. So, forming groups should be, not as difficult, in my opinion. But maybe they'll address. I don't think well, I'm not sure, but I presume it shouldn't be, as hard, like, I don't know, creating new models or something.
Yeah, it's probably something is a matter of technical adjustments, obviously, that need to be done. And I mean, if we are lucky, then they may already have it on the list of things to do. It's just probably they haven't got around to it yet, because these guys are working their asses off to deliver, because as you notice, they always deliver.
Exactly.
And that's the most important part. Now, speaking of night vision as well, since we already established that we have a quality issue with this part, at least that's what it appears on yours and mine, so at the very least it's two of us who already say that it's a problem. So if any of you guys know any settings maybe that we're missing out, do post the comments below and let us know, so for the next time we can actually bear that in mind.
Yeah, but, we're still... Yeah. Sorry to interrupt. We're just, I wanted to say we're just still debutantes, let's say, in this game. So there might be, things that, I've been playing it for like a month, so there are maybe, other things that I'm not aware of. So
I've been playing it literally since Christmas, because one of the reasons why I was really tempted to get it was because I got a very good Christmas discount for it, and I was like, yeah, it's Christmas, so I can hardly resist doing something like this, like, no matter, it's just like I do things on Christmas that I don't usually let myself doing. For example, spending money on games, and I don't remember last time I actually spent money on a game. Like, that's been ages, because I haven't been buying new games for a very long time. And this time I decided, it's a good occasion, it's a discount, and plus, just good potential content creator as well, and just generally because dinosaurs are awesome. So
definitely.
Yeah. So this is one of the things we establish on this channel, that dinosaurs are awesome. So yeah, I mean, definitely needs to be fixed. And I also think that, coming down to the point about the night vision, I can't help but thinking that it would be amazing if they introduced a little detail that would make certain species to have a different sort of layout in the night vision. Which means basically that when you enable the night vision, say for certain species of carnivores and herbivores, the quality of the vision and the distance when their other fellow player models become visible would vary based on the species you're playing, because it would be quite interesting to see how well it would incorporate to show how some nocturnal species may be better at night than other species that are not really active at night. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
yeah, totally. Yeah.
So this would
yeah,
be
that'd
a
be very
really nice
interesting.
one. Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to this whole effect of the night vision, since it does kind of sometimes hurt my eyes. I mean, it doesn't require huge changes. It's just for my eyes personally, it's kind of too overexposed. That's all. So I don't think that it needs huge changes or anything.
Yeah, me neither. It's only just literally technical readjustments and it. Oh, where did I end up? I ended up in a snake pond thing, Majigi, somehow.
Again?
Yeah, I went back from the small stone circle and ended up in a
I'm back at Spawn Lake, actually.
You're back at Spawn Lake, yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. In this game, without the minimap, you just end up sometimes running around circles and you don't even know where you end up.
Yeah. Don't know if that's actually what the devs had in mind, but yeah.
I think maybe initially it was part of the idea that they maybe thought it would be cool if it was a bit more difficult, so that it kind of creates a bit more of this kind of aspect, but I think it should be changed, in my opinion.
An open world feel, or like, yeah.
Yeah, but I think it kind of also makes it a bit too difficult to a degree. Like, I would personally... Let's just say I would much rather prefer to have some kind of minimap with limited abilities, but something, so that it kind of balances it out a little bit more. So we don't have to spend like hours looking for each other. Because sometimes you just don't have 1 hour or 2 hours to play. Sometimes that's all you get, because you can be busy with work. And you kind of want to have an opportunity to have, to be able to both incorporate that part of the gameplay where you have to actually do some searching and navigation, but also have some kind of degree of minimap to help you out a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. I completely agree. We haven't played on other maps either, though. That's a factor, to take into account. I'd like for us to try the Grim Expanse. That's something that's very beautiful, and it has also, there are servers that have the Imperious Wilderness, if I'm not mistaken, that's what it's called, with loads of different skins. That's something that we should try as well.
We will. Don't worry. We will.
Yeah, there are smaller maps. That's what I wanted to say. Well,
yeah. Smaller maps may be much easier to handle that way as well. And speaking of something else I wanted to address is the meters of drinking and food. So I like how the food fills up relatively quick, but the drinking meter, the thirst meter, is just ridiculously long. And another suggestion I wanted to really kind of address here is the maybe adding some kind of a health bar or of some sort that can indicate, your well-being.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe it's not necessary, maybe it's enough to just know that, when your screen starts turning red, how damaged or healed you are. Maybe that's enough.
Yeah.
But I personally am used to the idea of health bar, but I guess this is a very, very, very subjective point and debatable, so I wouldn't ever put it into the must-do list. But let's just say if I were asked if I wanted a cherry on top, this would be a big cherry on top for me.
Yeah, good point. But speaking of the thirst bar, it does fill up very, very slowly, and this actually, I have to say that this wasn't the case before, like the last two patches were introduced. Right. As far as I can remember, they would fill up much easier.
Okay.
Easily. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's another point, isn't it? Like, it's obviously one thing is when you introduce a new animation, which works marvelously, but then you have to find a way to kind of fix it, because obviously when you introduce something new, it always comes with baggage of glitches, and that baggage of glitches needs to be somehow balanced and, well, essentially dumped somewhere at some point.
Well, yeah. I mean, they do, of course, remind and they do note this before, when you have the page of the purchase of the game, it is noted underneath that glitches or lags or some issues, technical issues of the game are going to persist before it is completely done and finished. So that's totally understandable.
Yeah, of course. I mean, they gave us a warning, so it's our responsibility to kind of decide how we're going to take it. And this is coming back to the point that I make on my other videos, that people just should have, people just need to get into a habit of reading. People just have to read.
Yeah, that's right. That's a rarity, unfortunately.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So, one other thing I wanted to say, of course, that we have covered it off-screen several times, but as much as obviously there are many people who grew up on things like Jurassic Park and stuff and things alike, I think that it's important to acknowledge that introducing scientific accuracy, specifically because we're playing Utahraptors, and I think they should be feathered, obviously, and everybody knows that because it's already been more or less acknowledged. Although, interestingly, we don't have evidence of any integument preserved in this particular family of them, as far as I know. I don't think there are any dromaeosaurids. Maybe Velociraptor, actually. And again, I'm trying to remember...
Velociraptor, yeah, definitely.
I know that Velociraptor has been preserved with feathers, but I'm trying to actually remember if I'm not confusing Velociraptor being a dromaeosaurida or is it something else. But I think it is a dromaeosaurida. But anyways...
Or is it a troodontid?
That's what I'm trying to remember. I think it's a dromaeosaurida. But whatever it is, we don't, for example, have evidence of feathers and filaments on Utahraptor and stuff. But what we do know is that we don't have any evidence of scale integuments appearing in Maniraptora in general, which gives an excuse to think that perhaps it just never happened in this family. And at the moment, until further evidence clarifies and says otherwise, we have to stick with the null hypothesis. And of course, the more diversity gets discovered, like in the case of Tyrannosauroidea, the more complexity it brings into this issue, and that means that null hypothesis will have to change as well. But my point is that the accuracy of the game, and specifically the models, would increase the immersion factor, because when you play in something very realistic, it allows you to immerse into the game a bit more. So because you're kind of forgetting about it at that point, and you're like, wow, this is so awesome, like I've got this and I've got that, because you're not immediately thinking like, okay, so let's say if I play as a tiger, and then all of a sudden somebody says, hey, by the way, we decided to be awesome, bro, and let's just put scales on our tiger and make him, spiky. So, and make it, golden color, whatever, like golden scales, whatever, just like whatever thingamajiggy, and then, call that cool for some reason, okay? And so obviously you would not look at it and say that's a tiger, because we already know what a tiger is.
Yeah,
and just the same thing is here. So although it's a null hypothesis, it's not a common knowledge, but null hypothesis is the best we have, and according to the null hypothesis we have that raptors should be feathered. But that aside, I actually really wanted to get introduced with Dondi, and actually maybe, what would be really cool, if I could invite him to the channel to do an interview with him about the island.
Yeah, that'd be pretty fantastic.
I don't know if anybody has actually done that, so I really want to do it. And even if it's been done, I kind of want to maybe talk to him about it a little bit off screen, and maybe come up with a really cool layout for a program and do a proper session with him.
Yeah, like the one you did with Tom's car, which I loved, by the way.
Thank you.
And regarding accuracies and inaccuracies, of course, the thing that I have, of course, noticed in this game is that when it comes to especially anatomical accuracy, this is something that they the developers have shown the willingness to be consistent in. So when it comes to the full and I completely see the potential here to create the most scientifically accurate and most updated models of these species. So it's what I'm trying to say here is that choose. They should make a choice. Are they going for more like awesome bro stuff, or are they going to introduce really some scientifically accurate creatures? And this is something that is pretty inconsistent in my opinion in this game, because I've seen models that are by looking at like fossils and comparing, they're quite accurate. But there are also the things and creatures here that are just total awesome bro as well. So maybe an idea that I wanted to suggest, don't know if this will be considered or not, but I wanted to suggest anyway, is that maybe there could be separate servers with maybe a server just specifically for these types of preferences. Maybe servers that are completely based on accurate creatures and also formations. But also servers that are leaning towards more fantasy stuff or awesome bro stuff. I don't know.
I can see where you're coming from. My main thing that I wanted to add to this is that if they give you a choice, they are already taking away responsibility from themselves on their behalf, because that means
good point.
Because they no longer make any claim. Because if they're making a claim of any sort, like being the most accurate dinosaur simulator game or something like that, then that puts them in a position of responsibility to provide specific information and things like that to be able for other people to test their claims of accuracy. And if it's not possible, that means that they are not living up to the standard that they're trying to set. And that's obviously not good. However, if they are not doing this, if they're giving you a choice, that means that they are stripping responsibility and they're just letting you choose what you want to do, which is not bad. And I think that this is what this game could truly use to this advantage, because again, I don't know where I'm going, but anyways, oh shit, Rex, and because they can combine both in such a way that when you select what you're trying to do with it, you're pretty much gonna be in a position that will allow you to have a more control. And the more control the player has, by the way, what the hell, did I just get stuck? Right, what's going on? Am I stuck?
Another
another issue. Yeah, you get stuck.
Yeah.
But anyway, I hope this is gonna be fixed, because this is obviously there's some kind of glitch that makes you get stuck. And when I get chased by predators, sometimes I get stuck near the tree, even when I'm not directly touching a tree.
Did you get out?
Yeah, I got out.
I'm at the swamp actually with another Utah. So
which swamp?
The high grass area with the shallow water.
What is it called on the map? Is it like a big marsh or something like that, or?
Let me see. Let me tell you exactly. Okay. Let's see. It's called Swamp. Just Swamp. On the first map that you had sent me.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see where we are at, because I have no idea where I'm at in order to be able to reach you. I just completely got lost in this traveling around business, so I don't actually know what the hell is going on. That's one of the problems, again, is coming back to the issue with the minimap that would have helped me to understand and navigate where I'm going, like, north, south, west, east, whatever, you know what I mean? Compass would be nice as well. I know that it's a dinosaur, so technically it shouldn't have access to these things, but I think because dinosaurs have senses and the understanding of the direction where they can go, then I think this could be a good excuse to actually introduce the compass and a minimap to them as well.
Yeah, good point.
So I kind of see no reason why not to introduce a navigation system to help you better navigate the map. But I don't know where I'm going now again, so beats me. Anyways, what else can we add to the discussion here? I would say yes, that their models, some of them, especially there were like some older models like Allosaurus, that was just so amazing. It was so spot on.
Incredible one.
Like, I would only change this model slightly, in the sense that I would remove the osteoderms, because I don't believe there was actually any evidence of osteoderms being present in Allosaurus, but I would, remove them and maybe make the crests on the eyes tiny bit bigger, just a tiny bit. And this would have made a perfect Allosaurus in my opinion, personally. And this new model that they've introduced is just completely off, in my opinion. Like, honestly, like, I don't mean no disrespect, but not, you know, not to development team or the author of the model, but it's just completely like off. It's just not an Allosaurus at all.
Up to par.
It's just completely off in many ways. Like the lips, you know, the skull is completely wrong. The crests are completely wrong. The excessive amount of these osteoderms and kind of weird looking things sticking out along the back, like that's just completely off. It's not what an Allosaurus looks like at all. Like just completely off in my opinion. And the previous model was very, very spot on, and I think they should just bring it back.
Yeah, and I think as far as I've heard from I think Anthomnia, they're supposed to. They're going to. Well, I think they had confirmed it. I'm not 100% sure, but as far as I've heard, that is the case. They will reintroduce it.
Well, yeah, regardless of whether it's true
Hopefully.
or not and whether we are quoting Antomnia correctly, but that's a good shout out to Antomnia, by the way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's basically what I wanted to see as well, and because I'm really happy with what they've done with the new T-Rex. They've removed the osteoderms, which is cool because there's no evidence of osteoderms being present in Tyrannosaurus, and they fixed the skull slightly, which is good as well. They've added a bit more bulk and roundness to some areas to avoid shrink wrapping, which was good too.
Yeah.
The only thing I would fix on the new Rex model that's coming up so far is perhaps the you know, these pointy eyebrow horns, which just look too much like Jurassic Park T-Rex, which is not how I think it should be done. Like, there is no specimen of Tyrannosaurus Rex that has these kind of pointy horns. They're always more kind of rough rounded, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they could be rough textured, but they don't have to be pointy, and that's the whole point. You know, that would actually make a very good Tyrannosaurus if they did that. And as far as I understand, also the fenestrae are not shrink-wrapped anymore, which is a good point too.
Dude, I see you.
Oh, you see me? Where are you at? Where? I see a couple guys in front of me, not too far. Like, I can't even read them because they're appearing in the same area. But let me just look around a bit more. Yeah, I see you too, actually. Lovely jubbly, so we finally found
I got two guys with me, so
yeah, I see them as well.
We already got a pack, sort of.
Cool.
Alright, yeah, there you are.
Okay.
Yippee. Alright.
Oh, Rex just spawned right into my face and I almost shit my pants. Yeah. It's just what they do, man. This is what it's like playing a Utah, basically. If you see a Rex or a Giga or something similar, you just go absolutely insane.
Yeah, something. Yeah, the same happened to me here.
Where you at?
Didn't go for me though. I'm at a huge open field. I'm gonna take this, you know, narrow path and see where it leads me.
Right. Okay, I think we are near the swamp, so
Alright.
we are gonna be going the opposite direction, because it's like a big watery area, so it looks like this is probably the swamp.
Okay, I think I'm headed back towards Spawn Lake here.
I noticed that we use "I think" a lot in this video, which means that we seem to be thinking too much. Called overthinking.
Or no, actually I meant the little lakes.
Little lakes. Okay.
I think
that
so.
Means you're
yeah,
close to Cannonball.
Probably.
I just wish I really understood where I am going.
There's loads of theropods here. Okay, another Utah.
So.
Yeah.
So what else can we say? I mean, I think the skin selection has to come back.
Yes.
And
exactly.
I would probably say if I were to have a wet dream about the skin selection and how I want it to be done, let's imagine this for a second, yeah? Then I would probably say, since 7 is my favorite number, 7 skins for each species.
Yeah, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the thing that I'd really, really want to have is maybe skins that are, not as crazy as, the ones in Primordial Tyrants, some of them, because, there are awesome skins in that server. But the ones like in Imperious Wilderness is, those are pretty magnificent. So I would also, would have, in a perfect world, I would have wanted, to implement maybe my own designs into the game if there was an option. I'm not sure if that's going to be introduced, but, as I said, in a perfect world, I'd want that to be the case. Yeah, I mean, I would love to, have selectable multiple skins in all types of servers. So, there you go. I hope that it is introduced.
Yeah, like the idea is to introduce it to the main game control, so that basically it becomes part of the game officially now, rather than just the modding community exclusive thing only.
Yeah.
So I think that having, the ability to select skins would give you a lot of different choices of how you want to customize the look, and also if you want to play some servers and you have like a big amount of people, joining in who you could say like, for example, let's have, I don't know, like, for example, 2 clans of Rexes. So one clan should be colored in green and gray tones, and the other clan should be colored in like brown and red tones, so that we don't get confused who is who. And obviously add each other to the group, and thus have like a Dino Gang versus Dino Gang kind of thing.
Yeah. It would be pretty epic.
It would be amazing, wouldn't it? Yeah. And I don't understand where I'm at again, but I'm just gonna keep heading for something. Whatever that means. The guy still hasn't used the group chat, so...
Yeah. Well, the main thing that we really would have wanted to maybe have the developers introduce, or maybe have the possibility, to create those types of servers, the players, the users, is servers that have certain formations of species, and exclusively of certain time periods, maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a whole different video on that topic, because there's quite a lot to cover when it comes to these subjects, because obviously it's a very big subject area to consider. And given that there are many awesome formations that could be introduced, and we have to obviously consider, for example, is it worth introducing certain type of species that are just way too similar to one another, like to a degree when you basically functionally they would have no difference. For example, if I were to say I want to have 2 medicines formation, and I want to have Dinosaur Park formation, in both of these formations there is the Splitosaurus, but in either of them there are different species of the Splitosaurus, and the only difference between them is the looks of the skull.
Yeah.
Because they're from different period as well. And that means the Taurosus and the Corneri. So, do we really want to have this introduced, or do we use the Splitosaurus as generic taxa name and maybe introduce different skins and models to kind of change their looks based on that? But then it becomes too complicated.
Yeah.
So if we want to keep it simple, then we probably have to stick to a specific kind of model that kind of encompasses the general look for the Splitosaurus. And when we use, certain, type of server, where let's say if we play in 2 medicines, we have a Splitosaurus, and when we play in a Dinosaur Park server, then we still have a Splitosaurus. It just means that some other animals will be different in respect to these formations. Just as well as I don't think it's any point to introduce Triceratops horridus and Triceratops prorsus, so it's just Triceratops. Or perhaps, introducing Edmontosaurus regalis or Edmontosaurus annectis, you could just use whichever one and just say it's an Edmontosaurus. Or alternatively, if you have a Dakota / Utahraptor, because some people, scientists consider them synonymous species, although there are others who don't. So the point is, do we want? Why don't we just use the Utahraptor and pretend that it's a Dakotaraptor? Because models would pretty much be identical, and there are only minor differences in their looks, and it almost makes it pointless for the gameplay functions to introduce it. You know what I mean? It's like extra work that we, that we don't really need to be done for no reason.
Yeah.
I would definitely say that maybe introducing a Tarbosaurus for the Nemed formation would be cool, because Tarbosaurus is significantly different from a T-Rex, both in size, because it's lighter, so it means it may be more nimble, and also it's not as strong as T-Rex, obviously, because it's just not as robust. So, and it has slightly different kind of look to it as well, which could be quite cool to have just soon. So what else could be introduced? I mean, obviously world formations, I'll have to cover that separately in a different topic, because there's a whole new material for that video to be done, and this is actually a topic I would love to discuss with Dondi if I ever get a chance to have an interview with him. But regardless of whether I get around to it or not, I still want to have a video dedicated for formations. Because, by the way, with formations as well, you can basically have some cool ideas of, maybe rules would be important, because if you want to be realistic, then you have to obviously avoid carnivore species protecting other carnivores. Because I don't like the whole idea of this thing.
I hate that too.
I hate it that they are protecting the smaller carnivore species, because technically carnivores are not supposed to do that. There maybe have been few exceptions, but by general kind of rule of thumb, it doesn't really happen. Usually they can't wait to murder each other when they see each other on sight, so that's usually how it works.
Also, to be quite honest, from my personal point of view, it just, for me, just takes the fun out of the game too. When I'm in a server and there are these, people just, for example, there's a server with, only carnivores, and they're just sitting there, just chilling and just doing some random stupid stuff together with, I don't know, Rexes and Carnos, or I don't know. Yeah, maybe nesting is fun, but it would be much more fun if you're trying to protect it from other carnivores. So I don't get the whole point of just fooling around like that in the game. I hear you. Me neither. It's just you're practically doing nothing. So if you're not going to be going around and killing everything, and that's one of the things that puts me off Primordial Tyrant server. They have really nice kind of skins options, but it seems that they're all about basically caring for other players, and they don't really go around killing each other, which is weird, because they have mixed gangs of species of herbivores and carnivores, which just, to me, they just look completely silly. I understand that everybody wants to do what they want to do, but at the same time, I just can't really accept. Oh, I see you now. I can't really. Oh, you see me?
Yeah, finally.
Yeah, there you are. Yeah.
I can't really accept the validity of this kind of approach to it, given that the whole purpose of the game is defeated at this point, because you're trying to survive, and how are you going to survive if there is no threat? Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's you don't have a drive and motivation factor present when you don't have anything to fear, because you know that nobody's going to try to kill you. There's a group of Spinos and carnivores in general over there that get easily pissed off. So does that mean we should try and piss them off even more? Yeah. Okay. Are you full on stam or not yet? I'm fine on stam, but I don't understand where this guy's going and what he's trying to do. He's not even chatting or anything. Probably drink. Yeah, I want to drink as well, but... or no, he's just hiding over here. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, angry Spino approaching. Yeah, it's coming towards us. Yeah, the Spino seems to be very angry at everything. There's a Rex as well trying to outflank us, so be careful.
Yeah.
Also, if you see that they are crouching, try to also crouch and then quickly run, because that means that they charge. And when they charge, like now, get the fuck out.
They do, yeah.
Then you have to run.
Oh man.
Keep running though. He's still after us.
Yeah.
Go to the cliff. Go to the cliff.
Yeah.
I still need
Man,
a
if
drink,
only
though.
there were more of us here.
Yeah, it would have
Dude,
been more fun.
oh my god, that guy's stuck on the tree. Damn.
No, he's fine. He's fine.
Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, these are hard places to climb for other carnivores. So get up there. There we go.
Right.
Oh, damn it! What does that continue to trot? I don't understand. Yeah. Okay.
I'm just gonna
We're
chill
cool.
a bit more. Oh, there's something going down, over there. Is it gonna be another drama? I see there's a Rex, there's 2 Spinos, there's an Ankh, and there's something else. I cannot see what.
Yeah.
I'm completely blocked in that view, actually, so... It could be a Giga or another Rex or something. No, it's not, because it's... Or is it? Anyway, yeah, there's a big Puerto over there, there's... some dead bodies there as well. You know what, we can try to go around from a different direction and sneak out behind them so that we can have a drink. So let's try to do that.
Yeah.
Because I want to have a drink.
Yeah.
See this spot over there? That's where we want to go drink.
Yeah.
While they're busy with each other, we can go and quickly grab a drink.
Yeah, near the Puerta.
No,
Or maybe
right
maybe.
Not
Oh yeah, there it
Puerto.
is. Yeah.
That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah. Ah, damn it!
What?
Too high.
What, did you break your leg?
Yeah, it was too high.
Dude, you're
Damn.
always coming in too hot.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna have to climb up somewhere and rest up. Or else you're gonna...
Well, they're not here yet, so...
Yet is the key point, and in 5 minutes anything can happen. So I would really climb up. Well, I mean, if you need to eat, then eat and drink up and then climb up.
No, I don't. I'm gonna try and...
Climb up in this on this hill behind us if you can.
Yeah. I'm gonna try. Yeah. Although it's super slow. Still going.
Yeah, because you cannot jump because of the broken limb, so...
Can't run either.
I just don't want you to get totaled and get lost again, because then
Yeah.
we have to spend forever looking for you.
Yeah, that's right.
And drinking as well takes forever. It's like I can't stop saying it.
Yeah. Alright. So, I hope some other Utahs join in too. I think I see one far away on the other side.
I see another carnivore or something like that. I don't know if it's a carnivore or not, actually.
I think it's a Barry.
It's yeah, probably a barrier.
There's a Barry and a Suko. There's a Rex coming over here.
Yeah, I see a
on
Rex.
the
as well.
right. An Alberto. But
If you see something coming our way, by the way, just give us a
Yeah.
shout.
Yeah,
Because
sure.
it takes some time for the animation to stop as well, before
Yeah.
we can do anything.
Bolt out of there. Alright, so...
To be perfectly
Oh yeah,
fair,
they're killing each other. Yeah, the Alberto and Suko Barry in a scuffle. I think one of them's dead.
I'm trying to see if I can eat up a little bit.
Or
as
two
well.
of them. Or two of them are dead, actually. Alberto killed them both.
Who, the Barry and the Suko?
Yeah, I think.
Well, I'm not surprised. I mean, Alberto's supposed to be... I mean, generally speaking, it's supposed to be superior when it comes to raw power to these two relatively fragile things. Now I need to climb up.
One of the Spinos is injured. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna see if there's something behind us. No, it's clear.
Let me know
Man,
when
if
you're...
only...
Let me know when your
Yeah.
leg heals up so that we can start doing something.
Yeah.
It would be very interesting. In the meantime, we'll just grab popcorn basically and
Yeah.
just do.
Oh,
whatever.
there we go. Yeah. Oh,
Where-
Rex is dead.
Yep.
Rex is totaled, as you say.
Yep. Totally totaled.
Alright, so... Yeah, go carefully come down from here. Yeah, okay.
Right, so Cannonball should be this way, I presume.
This
And
way?
then- yeah, I think so, yeah. It should be like between the two kind of cliffs, and then it's like, you know, keep going and then go sharp left of some sort.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping I won't get... Oh, is there something lying there or not? Okay, whatever, never mind. Let's just keep going. So, yeah, I see this narrow pass. If it's the one I think it is, then this is the right way. We're going right into it, basically. Yeah, we're heading right at it. So we should be going a bit to the right and then sharp left to turn into the pass, if I'm correct. This looks like it's the place.
Okay. Oh, alright. I went the other way. Yeah.
Or not.
Right.
It may be. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I think we're... Yeah, that's it. There we go. There we go.
Okay.
Or it looks like it. If anything, it's very close. We are not too far from it. Yeah, this does look familiar, by the way. This narrow passage. It looks extremely familiar. If only I could see where I'm actually going. And I think we are almost here.
Yeah, I think so too. Let's see. Yeah, we are.
Yeah, there we are. We're here. If
Any
only we
species
could-
there?
I can't see anyone.
Oh, okay.
Because it's absolute darkness here. So I can't see,
Won't
see
be
what
able
I'm
to
doing.
jump.
I can't see what I'm doing. So we may have to wait a little
Utah.
bit.
Utah over there. Dude, there's a Camaro there. We can jump on it.
Not yet. I'm trying to get out of the water.
Okay, dude, oh my god. You can't be
What have you done
serious.
now? Go on, tell me, what are you doing now?
I was trying to jump on the rock from the waterfall. Well, next to the waterfall. Missed it. Okay, Cannonball should not be as hard to find.
Are you down below? Oh, this dude is jumping into the water.
Okay. So,
Do you want us to wait
okay.
for you here, or...
Yeah, please.
Okay, then.
Okay, I'm gonna... Well, if you can, invite me back, and I'll see if I'm headed towards you.
Hold on a second, are you trying to tell me that you got totaled?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Yeah, same.
Oh, there's a Dilo here, which doesn't seem to be aggressive, which is fine. Hold on a second, let me just see if I can get on the rock.
Okay.
Yeah, the exposure here is ridiculous though. Do you know where you're at?
Trying to figure out.
Dude, I can't believe it. How did you manage to jump off? What were you doing?
Dude, I was actually trying to jump on the other rock to greet the other Utah. Missed the rock.
Ah. Yeah, I noticed that you have a thing about always failing to jump. Because every time you try to jump somewhere, it's always turning out bad for you.
Yeah, especially especially when I was losing my mind trying to climb up those ruins.
Yeah, and especially when the more difficult it gets, the more likely it seems that, well, you know, like the more, as importance of the jump increases,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
you know, the more likely it is that you get totaled.
Yeah.
Because if it's something minor, then nothing happens. But if you know that, oh my god, like I've just arrived at this cool location and we're finally here together and everything is awesome, then you do something like this and then it's like, oh, I got totaled.
Yeah.
Also, I'm not even sure if there's like What else is happening? Is there gonna be... Oh, no.
What?
I got totaled as well.
Damn.
Yeah, just as I was basically complaining about, you fake, jumping, I got the same thing. And you know why? Because I thought there was a rock under the water, and I missed it, and it just basically made me,
Same fate. Oh man.
Now I have no idea where the heck I am. Can you add me, please?
Yes. All right. Let's see. I'm at Spawn Lake right now, so let me know where you're at, and
I have no idea where you at. So I mean, where I'm at. Well, I don't know where you're at either, but yeah, I just wasted myself for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
And now I have to find you and the rest of the people, because... Right, I'm gonna eat up a little bit, but I don't actually know where I respawned. This is what I don't like about this thing. Like, when you don't have a minimap or any idea of navigation of where to go, you respawn in random places and you have no clue what's going on.
Yeah, that's true. Well, at least the minimap would help you just determine right away. So.
That's what I'm hoping to do, because, like, okay, let it be just bad enough to say that you would have to travel quite a distance and face all these, dangers of being, killed by other creatures, but at least you would be able to know where you are. That's the sort of thing I would hope that we would eventually have, in the game. Oh, Rex, shitty biscuits. Oh my god, I almost pissed my pants here. That was a really pee-pee pantsy moment right there. Yeah, finally I'm here. I just found a different route to it, basically, that's what it was. So I'm staying away from that part. Just coming over.
Careful.
Careful of what?
Of the waterfall.
Oh, okay, I thought there was something guarding it.
No. Alright.
Right, here we are.
Yeah, there we go.
So now anything big that comes here, we can start annoying it, literally. If we wanted to.
Yes.
I am full on drinks and food, so I'm good. And yeah, basically, imagine it would be amazing if before you try to have a drink, you have to be careful to spy out for crocodilians, especially large ones that can, for something like a Utah, they could basically total you in like one bite from an ambush or something like that.
Well, they're going to be added.
Yeah, I know they're going to be added, but I kind of wish they would also be introduced as NPCs like that in some servers, so that you could actually have something that every player can potentially fear, rather than just have only players, not players only, but kind of NPCs as well.